Hey, yo, what's good, man? It's your host, Cleve. Welcome to the Third Coast Podcast with my man,
Joe. What it do, Gators?
What it do, man? It's your host, Cleve. Third Coast Podcast. Third Coast Podcast.
Joe, what it do, Gators? Joe, what it do, Gators?
Yeah, so like recently, they passed a law in Louisiana about the Carolina squat, which is like the lift where the front end is like jacked up, but the back end is like dragging towards the ground. Look,
Yeah.
It's for rally. Like for the people that don't know, that lift is particularly for rally cars. Whenever they're going over the hill and they land nose first, it's to absorb the shock. It's not for open highway. But I think it's Avoyles or, it's one of those parishes by like Opelousas or whatever. But
Evangeline or Acadiana.
in that area.
Yeah.
But they passed a law where the lift couldn't exceed 6 inches from the front of the bumper to the top of the back bumper without it being illegal. So the story that Joe was saying earlier about the small PP license.
Small PP license.
Yeah, the small PP license, it's like, well, if your truck exceeds 6 inches of this lift, you're going to get you a fresh ass ticket for, stepping outside of your boundaries.
And we got to talk. We got to talk some smack because they've ruined so much audio with their small PP trucks driving by the loud pipes and stuff. Like, come on, man. We all know. You don't have to, we know what's going on.
Yeah, we're a couple 100 feet from Highway 10. So.
And all of Oakdale can hear you driving 25 miles an hour down the road. You know what I'm saying?
So what do they say about dudes that drive SUVs? Like, oh yeah, he thinks he's adventurous, but nah, he's a dad.
Yeah, pretty much. You might as well just get him in. Hey, I want to get one of those big white church vans. Like, that's my next
like
step.
the shuttle bus?
Yeah, because my kids are so big. Like, Charles and Nicholas are now wearing clothes that I wear. Like, and it's because how big they are. So it don't even make sense for me to even get a minivan. I gotta get something that can haul fucking a cattle, dude. I got so many
no
kids.
less than third row seating. You need
With
need
room.
Yeah.
Make sure it has windows.
You ever seen the Jeep Wagoneer?
No.
That like $90,000 SUV. That's what Allison wants.
I know why I ain't never saw it then.
No.
Because of the price tag for sure.
Wait, what kind of SUVs you were talking about?
Wagoneer?
Yeah, a Jeep Wagoneer. It's like a new like luxury SUV. It's fucking massive, but it's super nice. It's super expensive.
You said 90?
Yeah, about 90.
Yeah,
Hey.
about
And that's what the bougie wife at home would like to have in the future. I'm like, So I'm never gonna enjoy myself ever again, regardless of
At least you'll have a Wagoneer in the future, though.
Yeah, but I'll still be. What's the point of having nice shit if you're still broke? You know what I'm saying?
But you won't be. Once it's paid for, see, women's logic is, for all the women out there.
Yeah,
women's
they don't have to
logic
work,
is like,
.
Once you have it, it's free. So it's already been paid for.
Well, that's what I was saying earlier about how she had mentioned, Christmas is coming up. We just, this is the beginning of November. And she's like, well, it's going to be hard. How am I supposed to, spend our money to get you a gift? I'm like, yeah, because it's my money. You don't have, you have my bank account. So, yeah, you just don't even worry about it. Just get the baby something, and I'll buy you a gift, and then I'll get to just frivolously buy anything I come across. So we'll just have that agreement.
It's a we effort with you at the end.
Yeah, allegedly.
But welcome back to Third Coast Podcast. Sitting here with two of my nearest, dearest, best friends.
Yeah.
Cleve.
Yo, what it do, man?
Kobi.
Yes, sir.
And I'm always here. What it do, Gators?
There's a new name I have on the boat.
What is that?
It went from Jacovid to Kobo.
Kobo?
Kobo, yeah. So that's a new one for the books.
Why Kobo?
Yeah.
I don't know. Because Allison's cousin, shout out Dylan, he used to call me Jokobo. He still does call me Jokobo.
Right.
But one of the guys that's training me in the cranes, he just started calling me that shit like years ago. Not years ago, months, like 6 months ago. Like, Kobo. But now he has one of our cooks saying it now. So now it's just like kind of catching on. Like, Kobo, I'm like, yeah. Hell, at least one guy calls me Kobi, you know.
Right.
One guy calls me Kobi.
Yeah, I don't know. You're increasing that vowel range and went from I to O.
Yeah. And then one of the captains calls me Tête Rouge, which is redhead.
I'm guessing that's in French.
Yeah. So it's like a type of ducks. Oh, you know, there's how we call like sacale, which is like perch or something like that. Well, Tête Rouge is what they classify, or when they call one of the ducks that they kill and shit. So little shit for your thoughts, motherfuckers. It's good to see you guys. I saw Joe last week with shout out Ben. It's good to see Cleveland.
Likewise.
I got to hang out with Cleve on the platform, the old gaming platform, and that was fun. I feel like I was just holding Cleve back the whole time.
No, not at all, man. Like, if anything, yeah, we got to start from somewhere.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. And then, like, every time I got on, I see Cleve was on. He was playing some shit that I couldn't join. I was like, yeah, you know what? It's probably for the best.
Well, y'all playing? What was y'all playing? DMZ?
Yeah.
Yeah, we played DMZ for like a couple of hours, actually.
Yeah, that was fun.
It's like trying to teach them about how to, like, unequipped weapons. You know, you go in empty-handed, get the weapon.
Or exit the fucking vehicle.
Yeah, exiting the vehicle
I
was
got
a big
left
problem.
because I couldn't get out the fucking vehicle.
Like, made it to the extract at the nick of time. Like, it had 3 seconds on the clock. I hop out the truck, jump in the back of the plane. I'm looking at the vehicle. The plane's taking off. Jacoby's just sitting in the vehicle. Dude, how do I get out the vehicle? Like, bro, the plane is taking off.
And then by the time I didn't even have enough time to, because like that was like the radiation was spreading, and so I didn't even have enough time to call another one, and I didn't have a fucking gas mask.
Yeah, it was the last exfil.
Yeah, it was it was fucking garbage.
So y'all left Kobi to die.
Yeah, I left myself to fucking die.
He couldn't get out of the vehicle in time.
But I'm learning some shit along the ways. A lot of those missions there, like I even like researched some of the stuff on YouTube to like how to do certain things, especially on the DMZ missions.
Right.
And it's kind of, some of them really kind of hard to do. So I guess that's kind of why they're, you know.
It's in a branch of its own because it's more like reconnaissance.
Right.
Like it's open map, it's free world. You have AI, and then you also have other operators.
Oh,
and
y'all.
then you have
that's
objectives.
DMZ y'all playing, right?
Yeah,
That's on
Warzone.
DMZ. Yeah. Like pretty much like I like it simply because it's kind of got like the recon aspect of the Tom Clancy games.
Yeah.
And, you know, with its own Call of Duty perspectives added to it, and I don't know. I had a good time playing it all together. You know,
I played another game. It's pretty much a fucking, you have like 4-man teams and you have to control certain areas of the map, and it's so fucking fast paced. I forgot what it's called, and I can't play that shit.
like capture or domination or
It might be Lockdown.
lockdown.
Oh yeah, Lockdown.
Lockdown is too much for me, dude.
It's like a Warzone, but you have to lock down the objectives, and it's like what 3 or 4 A, B, C, and D across the map, and you have to go.
It's kind of like Conquest on Battlefield.
Yeah.
It seems like
The
Hardpoint.
To touch on DMZ, in my personal view of playing it, it's a very casual gameplay, which you can enjoy it, even though it's like bots, but the bots are a little bit harder, and there's other people trying to do stuff from other games. So I like the DMZ is definitely like a real relaxed, cool, chill version of Warzone. But if you want to get in that Warzone, you can. If you see Beefy, my clan name is Beefy. Y'all should join my Beefy clan.
Beefy.
What's your actual tag?
It's Pard Switch 590. But like, so people have such a hard time saying that.
And, part swing.
Yeah, part swing.
Yeah,
590.
part swing.
Yeah.
But is it parched? Like ED swing, like parched swing.
Yeah, like parched as in you need a drink.
Was that like?
It was
was it generated?
Generated name.
I got you.
So people have such a hard time. So my clan name is Beefy now. So it's always funny because people are so hesitant to be like, be grown men going,
But that's what
beefy?
that's what you put in front of your name in like a bracket, right?
Yeah, that's the clan tag.
The clan
Okay.
tag.
Oh well, yeah. The guy I was talking about earlier, that was his clan name was Gravy. So I forgot his other shit or whatever. But I think I spent way too long contemplating a gamer tag because I was texting you guys and I was like, and Allison was like, it really doesn't matter. I'm like, why am I spending so much fucking time on it?
It's just cool though, like design your own gamer tag because Gator got Steel Joe.
That's but what happened?
Used to.
Yeah, what happened?
It's a dead account now.
What happened with that?
My Xbox died, and I had an old Yahoo account linked to it, and I couldn't get into the Yahoo account anymore because it was locked out. So I had to end the Steel Joe. Yeah.
Yeah, you had that since we were kids, dude.
Yeah, about like
17 years.
It was a long time, and
yeah.
I took the pill a lot better than I thought I would when the Xbox died, and I called the support line and tried to get, see what I could do to get the account, but I couldn't get into the email anymore, and I tried to get in the email, call Yahoo and stuff, and it wasn't nothing that no one could do.
Right.
So it is what it is. Had some good times underneath Steel Joe. So.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, them Halo days.
What was Dorian's was Glitch Killgasm.
Yeah, Glitch Killgasm.
That's exactly why Dorian went from Xbox to PlayStation, because they wouldn't give him back his account.
No shit.
Yep.
Damn.
And that's why I play PlayStation now. Like I'm gonna get a PlayStation 5.
It is pretty cool that they are doing like because I'm fairly new to it. Y'all been gaming for way longer than me, but the cross platform thing is really cool. Whether it's PC or separate console and shit, and you can all play the same game regardless of the console and how you're playing it. I think that's really, really cool and fun.
Yeah, it's definitely a step up with some of the later games. Like, GTA is supposedly cross-platform, like on the new gen consoles.
Oh, really?
Like Xbox Series and PS5.
Cool.
Like, Call of Duty, even for the Xbox One, is cross-gen, and PUBG, a few other games, just to name. I think Apex is as well. But is Overwatch cross-play?
Yes, Overwatch 2 is cross-platform too. Big shout out to Dorian. He was sending me pictures. He went to BlizzCon in California to watch the Overwatch 2 championship.
Hell yeah.
And he was like, man, USA's getting their cheeks clapped right now, and it's like one of those like gamer things, meaning they're getting their ass kicked. And I said, you should just do the water boy. Oh no, we suck again.
When did he go over there to do that?
2 days. He got back to Tennessee today.
Fuck yeah.
Over the weekend he was
Shout
out there.
D, miss you, brother.
Yeah, miss you, man. I gotta get your number from Gator after the show.
That's awesome.
And speaking of that, make sure y'all check out Third Coast Podcast on 5000Ws, .thirdcoastpodcast.com on all major streaming platforms, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, iHeartRadio, RIP Stitcher, because it no longer... Google's going out too? Google Podcast is the
really?
next... Yep. Google Podcast will be ending at the end of the year next month.
We still have Castbox?
Yes. Castbox, Public Radio, iHeartRadio, Spotify, and all that nice stuff.
Hell yeah. Do you guys own any of those games, like the Call of Duty games, like the newer ones?
I own Modern Warfare 2. That's the newest one, right? Yeah, I own that one.
Well, the newest one is 3's coming out.
Yeah,
3's coming out, and I'm thinking of buying it.
I'm thinking
they're bringing zombies back too.
Yeah, I'm
That's
thinking
why
about
I'm
getting
thinking
it
of
too.
buying it.
And it's supposed to have like a Warzone zombie mode too.
I said I would invest in games that were already created on one of the episodes, but
there's so many goddamn games, like Call of Duty games.
it's just like I know like what's like I don't know. I just feel like it depends on like how the community reacts to it, because a lot of people will be playing the new one because it's gonna have old maps, some of the old weapons.
Right.
I think all of the old weapons, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
But as far as the campaign, like I saw some YouTube videos on the campaign, heard the campaign wasn't all that great. You know, it's not like old Modern Warfare 2 days, like the nostalgia of it, or the one Modern Warfare where they started off in like New York City was getting hit with the nuke.
Yeah.
Yeah, like whenever you're like chilling in space, you gotta look over the horizon, and then it's like boom. It's like, man, I don't know. It's just growing up with Call of Duty.
Shooting games are changing though. They really are. Like most of them are like a PUBG standard now. That's what draws them in.
What do you mean?
Like it has to have like an open interface battle with multiple different random,
Gotcha,
users
okay.
playing. But, back in the day, you had multiplayer, but you actually had a storyline, and that's how like the Call of Duties, the Gears of War, the Halos, it had a story.
Medal of Honor was like that too, wasn't it?
Games don't have a lot of storylines like they used to.
Not
it's
at
all
all.
about like let's get it out there. Let's just it.
And then too,
Not
it's
a lot
like
of development.
some of the largest lobbies, like in those games, were like 30 people because you had like the Ground War series and just like the big.
What was
like
that on?
Oh, I left out Battlefield,
like Battlefield, Halo,
Okay.
Call of Duty,
Ghost Recon.
Yeah, Ghost Recon. Like a lot of games had like this Ground War style of playing where it's like 15 people on each team versus like the standard team deathmatch where it's 6v6.
Yeah.
Or Search and Destroy, which used to be like 4-man squads. I think that was a thing on Battlefield and other game modes as well. But now, it's like how you said, like since Battle Royale came out, now you have like 100 players in a lobby.
And that's free for all. There's no teams.
There's no team. Like you can do single player, you can do duos, you can do 3-man squad, or you could do a 4-man squad.
Gotcha.
You can do squads, but
You can
So,
divide
like-
the teams now.
So, like, playing campaign on these games, let's say, like, Modern Warfare 2 campaign or, like, the upcoming Modern Warfare 3 campaign, is there any benefit to your, to the content for your profile you gain from playing a campaign?
not really.
Not really.
Do you
Some
still
games,
get the experience to build up your,
Oh,
your
yeah.
like
guns?
some things, like it's like with Xbox, like you can gain achievements on Xbox for playing
Yeah.
a campaign, for completing certain missions have like hidden objectives. Like
Yeah.
you might have to do like 3 stealth kills from the water to get like the ghost perk or something. That's just like an example.
But the achievements, though, what's the purpose of those? Do you
Gamer
cash
points.
those? Oh, okay, gamer points.
It's just
Okay.
to show what experience you have in playing the game.
I
It's
got
like
you.
because campaign is more so just learning the basics, fundamentals, how well you can devise a strategy, and then just the role playing within the strategy. Like if you go with a tactical style
Yeah.
versus a more brutish style, like you can go through killing people with a knife. You could be John Wick going through killing people with just a pistol, or you could just go full Rambo, guns blazing with gun and knife. However you need to get the kill necessary. It just all develops different styles of playing, and I feel like the campaign allows you to explore more in a relaxed conditions because
you're playing AI and-
because you're solo playing AI
Yeah.
versus the online experience where you're playing with other functional human beings who are capable of fucking anything, jumping off of a
Fucking
building
goddamn
or
12-year-olds
sliding,
kicking ass, dude.
sliding and hip
Yeah.
firing, or
Drop shotting you.
Yeah, dude, they're fucking whooping me, and they'll be like talking shit. I'm like, I'm not gonna report this kid. He just fucking he did it. he fucking murdered me, man. And he's talking mad cash too. I'm like, all right, buddy, you got that, dude.
So, in y'all's personal opinion, what is y'all's favorite shooting game of all time?
damn.
I miss old school Halo 2 SWAT. That was like to my
That's a
competitive,
classic.
like competitive or just like
Just whatever, like when you went into like game mode, like favorite game, then like went to the
Shooter.
game mode of the game. We can do that.
I also used to enjoy the Splinter Cell games because you had to be like tactical and
See, that's what I say. It depends the type of shooter. Because,
Yeah.
like, I love Battlefield. Like, just the mechanics of Battlefield, just like, with a bullet drop, like the functions of the gun. Or if you want, like, realism in effect. Like, as far as realism goes, like, I'm a fan of Metal Gear Solid. Like, because that was one of the first, when PlayStation came out, that was like one of the first, like, stealth shooter games. Like, you didn't necessarily need a gun because you could use piano wire.
Right.
You could break shit and like use it against people. And I don't know. It's like just like the art of stealth and combat. You know, I would think Metal Gear Solid is on my top 5 list.
I guess I would have to go with. It's a hard pick, but I got 2.
Splinter Cell is another one.
That's
but I
old school,
digress.
man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Splinter Cell is another one, but
That shit was hard too sometimes.
hell yeah, it was-
Gears of War 2, the first Horde mode.
yeah.
I love that shit. And,
That shit used to go hard in the paint.
Deep Space,
Forget about Deep Space.
where you're like the engineer dude and you're like battling all these monsters and you gotta like build the guns and it's like a horror / shooter game.
Yeah, Joe Rogan, he talks about he used to play that on PC.
That shit's so fun.
And he said that was one of his. Was it
Deep Space.
Was it Deep Space or was it? What about Mass Effect? What was that one? Was
no,
that,
Mass Effect is like
is it kind of similar?
Mass
no,
Effect.
is where you go like with all the different planets and stuff
But
like
was
that.
it like zombie fucking creatures?
No, that's
and
Deep
shit?
Space.
That's Deep Space. Okay,
Yeah.
that's my
Deep Space is
zombie.
zombies, but like you reminded me of a game called BioShock, where it's
Oh,
like the
yeah.
half,
Yeah.
you know, like half human, half cyborg.
Yeah, that's a good ass game.
The very first shooter, like the very first 2 shooters, like growing up, was N64 for me. Was like Perfect Dark and of course like GoldenEye.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And those are just fucking classics. And then the GameCube came out, and then there was Agent Under Fire 007, which was one of my favorite ones, and that was really good online play as well. And then there was my first game on PC that was shooter was Unreal Tournament, because that shit used to go hard in the paint too back in the day, and still those engines are what a lot of games are built off today.
Yep.
I was thinking, technically speaking, my first shooter game was the Duck Hunt.
Yeah. No, all right, you're right.
With the
You're
toy
right.
gun,
Oh,
like
yeah.
they
The
had
toy
the toy
gun.
gun, you
Yeah.
aim it
That's
at the screen
the
and
Nintendo.
shit. Yeah, like I was back in
Well-
Nintendo games, but
Around that time too was also Doom, on PC,
yeah,
which was a
fucking
fucking super pixelated, fucking, you know what I'm saying?
Doom guy.
Oh,
Yeah.
you know what we're leaving out though?
What's that?
Resident Evil.
Resident Evil.
I was
yeah.
trying to bring that one in, like Resident Evil 2.
2 was the scariest game I
The
ever
scariest
played.
fucking
Is that-
game
is-
I played.
Is
as
that the
a
one where
kid,
you're in the
like,
mansion? Or is
yeah.
that the first one where you eat like the herbs and there's like
Well,
dog?
well, they're
no,
all-
you're
they're
the
all
lady
like that.
They're
cop.
all like that, but the first one and then the second one, they had like the green herb that you would
Yeah.
eat to replenish
And then you
your
mix
health.
them together to
And
get
then
a
you could-
super.
You can make a
yeah.
super elixir.
Yeah. They
Yeah,
had the
but,
dogs and shit. But yeah, so something about playing Resident Evil 2 on N64, it would just, dude, have your fucking anxiety up, and that one, and then I think
It had a lot of jump scares.
yeah.
I couldn't play that game after 9:00 at night.
And then like my second, like my favorite Resident Evil game was I believe Resident Evil 4. Whenever you're like in like Spain or something, and you're going through all these towns and stuff
Oh,
like that.
yeah.
That one was super fun for me too.
Which is the one where they introduced the stop and shoot into it, and everybody loved it. But it's like you only could shoot if you were stopped and aimed down the
I
sight.
think Resident Evil 4.
Is that
Let's
the
say-
one?
It's 3 or 4.
That's the one. It was either like, I want to say it was Spain, because it was a bunch of, it was like this like raggedy, these towns, these country towns, and a bunch of cathedrals and shit, and then it had like the giant puppet guy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was Resident Evil 4.
My BM, she was into the Evil Within.
I like how you
Oh,
said B.
yeah.
She was she loved that game, and it's like it was parts like she couldn't play that she would get me to play, and that half of the time I wouldn't want to play because like I don't know, it's just something about those games. I don't want to invite that kind of energy into my
The lid, Kobi.
Sorry.
jeez.
sorry, listeners. What
Well,
was
wait.
what was those other horror games? Was it like Dying Light? What was the one where you were a photographer? You were
Oh.
you're like a journalist photographer, and you had to go into this asylum and then hide from these creatures and like these demons and stuff. Was
That sounds like the Evil Within. You're not
Yeah.
talking about Alan Wake.
I don't know.
See, I don't know what.
I don't
game
know.
Alan
you're
Wake
talking
was
about.
an investigator,
Or
I
was
believe.
Dying Light? Was that a zombie game? I don't remember.
No,
I vaguely remember. I don't have
you
references.
talking about the game where you're like you're in third person, you run around, you take pictures, you gotta like
Yeah.
build the
And you
like
have
the
to
you're in the
hide.
mall and stuff.
Yeah, but I think the game starts out that you're you're an investigative journalist photographer and you enter in this like old insane asylum and you're having to like get in this locker as this creature approaches and walks past you, and once he passes you, you have to hurry up and run out and go to another area to hide. It was I don't like that shit.
No, I don't have no idea what game you're talking about right now.
I don't know if that's dying. I don't know, man. I don't like the scary games.
If any of the listeners know what game he's talking about, please leave it in the comments.
I mean, we can. You know what I thought about? Fucking getting an Alexa and bringing it on the show.
Why? The government already listens enough. You don't need to bring another device.
But for that way we have someone or something to research for us. That way we're not having to research. Like, Alexa, what game is this and this? Would that be a bad idea? Because at any point, because sometimes she just picks up on certain words and she might just go the fuck off. So yeah, I'll probably just ruin the show. Oh well.
Unless we set up a mic for Alexa.
We have to set one up for her.
Hey, Alexa, Alexa, what's your thought on communism versus Christianity? Well, the like are nothing alikes. It should go into this whole spiel explaining. I don't know. We have an Alexa and I haven't set it up yet, so that's right. That's why I thought about it. Was like
hardly. I can hardly.
Hey, I think that that was a platform changing song right there.
I mean, it's getting to a point though, but it's
MC Hammer had it. He changed the game.
He was a one-hit wonder though.
Yeah, but he changed the game. He brought the light to the glutes.
He brought something new.
It was still a hitter for a time, and
it still
guess
is.
what? And everybody knows the fucking song, whether you like it or not. Goddamn, at least fucking 10 lines of the motherfucker.
The point of it is, it's not even about the song. It's about
the glutes. It's about that butt.
How did we get there?
Shout out big butts, man.
How did we make it to 2023 without or with big butts?
I don't think we could have got here without them.
Yeah, I second that motion for real.
I mean, then there's the breast. But I don't think
we've had this conversation.
In
the past, yeah.
Have we?
Yeah. Well, this is a early on Third Coast at Terrence's studio.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Could it be reoccurring?
We
touch off the topic.
We could bring it back. I don't give a damn.
I like it. I like how you put the studio in there. Like we used to, like we were doing studio.
It's where it all began, man.
At home studio right next door. I miss my apartment.
Studio, lab, apartment. Man cave. However you want to. I don't know.
Third Coast Lounge. That's what it was.
Yeah.
The Third Coast Lounge.
Yeah, the lounge.
Yep, straight up.
It's always crazy when you look back and think about how far and how much stretch that this one little idea has got, and how far we've gone. This is episode 213, and then there's interviews, mixtapes out there. There was one time where we were looking for content, and it was just me and this Cahoba over here. And we had more artists of the week wanting to be a part of the show, but we didn't have enough content to add them, so we did the TCP mix. Mm-hmm. That thing has 1,000 streams on the platforms. And it's 3 different artists, and it's like 8 minutes long, but like 1,000 streams. It's crazy though.
It's not us.
No, it's just us giving them a platform though. But it's still crazy.
Check these guys out. They sponsor.
We'll listen to this over and over because it's music and it's not these goddamn imbeciles fucking talking nonsense for an hour.
Surprisingly, people do catch an eye to the the content. Like, I've been looking at some of the numbers, and Joe's been sharing with me some of the numbers, and I could say I'm quite impressed because I didn't imagine as many people. I actually have people in town stopping me at the store asking me, "Whoa, why weren't you on the last episode?" Like, whoa, it's kind of I'm not expecting it, but at the same time I'm on a platform, so it's I just kind of have to go with the flow. It's well, shit, it's just give them the real, move on forward about it. But yeah,
we can give them a shout out too, though. It was Trevor that stopped. Trevor Strawther.
Yeah, Trevor Strawther.
Big shout out, bro.
Come on, man.
Yeah, man. Appreciate that, bro, because I didn't know you actually listened to the show.
That's awesome.
But yeah, he had stopped me at Jules. He was like, man, I saw Joe, I saw Ben. It's like, I don't know who the other guy was. I was like, man, you know who the other guy was. I was Kobi.
I'm gone and forgotten about.
Yeah, you the other guy, man.
I'm just like a reoccurring extra now.
It's fine. The boat calls.
Got to, man. I don't think I'll ever have a job on land again. If that goes south, I'll just go back to the water.
Hey, never mind.
So what's up with that thing next to you?
Apparently this is something that Pop had showed you. Yeah. Shout out Papa Joe.
Yeah, shout out Papa Joe.
After hours espresso martini, hint of vanilla, brewed coffee cocktail with other natural flavors, 10% ABV, 0 sugar. It's USDA organic as fuck.
Uh-oh.
Oh, Cleve got that pop?
Yeah, no, Cleve popped it.
Popped it, man.
All right.
Yeah. We're doing what's the name of it, Cleve?
It's after hours espresso martini, hint of vanilla, brewed coffee cocktail with other natural flavors.
You know what this would go good with by the smell of it? Remember the old school chocolate Phillies?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude. Good times, great times.
That's good times, man. That was what, 15 years ago?
You can't even find those anymore, dude.
Yeah, that's how. Yeah. Sad,
all right, let's see what this is about.
That's me actually doing that, by the way. I recorded that sound for y'all.
Ooh.
Okay.
Sorry.
That's interesting.
Can't laugh on the podcast. Forgot about
Okay, so initially, at the first sip, I got coffee, and then I was blasted by vodka.
Yeah, vodka.
It smells better than it tastes. It still doesn't taste terrible. I feel like this would be good with like maybe on ice with a shot of Bailey's or something, just to make it more creamier.
It says this 10% APV 0 sugar espresso martini is made with organic alcohol that is carefully brewed from the finest ingredients, so you can simp infinite flavor with 0 guilt. Hold on.
I feel guilty as fuck.
The Kobi's face tells it all in this.
Yeah.
Big shout out to Pops out there.
That's different, cuz.
You know what was funny about this too is I go to my dad's house, right, and he's like, "Hey man, you want some eggs? You want some?" I had to cold the herd, and if anybody knows what colding the herd means, like he had to thin the roosters out.
Right.
And so he was giving me some skinned chicken, some eggs, and he's like, "You know what? I got something for y'all to try on the show." And I was like, "Oh, really? You bought us something?" He's like, "Well, I bought me something and I didn't like it." And I was like,
And Pop, he's got a fucking iron stomach, and for him not to like something, it's got to be bad. So like,
right, yeah. So let me
on a scale of 1 to 10, I would give it maybe a 5.
Yeah, he almost said a 6,
Yeah,
but I'm gonna finish before I give my rating. It says
I'm gonna say a 5.
Our classic cocktail includes bold organic coffee plus flavor made with premium vodka and a hint of vanilla for a kick that'll make your good times even better.
Like what I would like to do is buy like a Starbucks Frappuccino, mix the two with like a shot of Bailey's or a shot of Kahlua.
something to thin it out.
Yeah, but like Bailey's, you don't get a lot of alcohol hint. This is this is 10%, but it's not terrible. It's just like
yeah, I give it a 5. I could say it with a straight face, like this ain't
that's
great.
A 5.
Yeah, this ain't great, but it ain't awful either.
It smells great. Like it smells fucking good.
Smells good. Initial taste is good. It's that vodka. It just got like a. And I really don't drink vodka.
Oh,
I won't talk about that on this episode.
Yeah, it needs a little bit thickness. It needs some thickness in there.
Yeah, it needs a little bit more of something to
Oh.
kind of kick back off of the vodka. It doesn't need to be a 10%.
Does it have caffeine?
It
No.
does not.
No, it's
Not a significant source of saturated fat, cholesterol, dietary fiber, vitamin D, calcium, iron, potassium.
drinking that.
It has
by the way.
organic stevia
Sure.
leaf extract, which is the
Stevia?
component. Yeah,
Yeah.
stevia. So it's like, the offset of caffeine. It's like an organic form of caffeine, basically.
0 carbs, 0 added
All this
sulfites.
organic talk.
Yeah, you would think it's brewed in fucking California, but this one came from Canada.
Shout out to our neighbors in the cold north.
Yeah, shout out Canada. We love y'all. We hate this. So it's not the worst drink I've ever had. Like this or Four Loko. Like this or Four Loko. I don't know. I don't know, man.
There's something about them Canadians, you know, they love their coffee and they love their vodka.
Shout out to Turbo Snake.
Fuck yeah, Turbo Snake. It's a full sender here, Bo. Bud. I mean, you're full sender, bud.
Big shout out to our buddy Mitch Lang, getting the Bogman on out there.
Yeah.
Through Green Apple Productions.
Feels like I'm drinking the Bogman right now.
And they have beer too.
What part of the Bogman are you drinking?
Fucking the ass of it. Like fucking.
But Mitch is he's got Sea of Monsters coming out soon.
Hell
and
yeah.
He's got a whole bunch of cool stuff going on. But
love you, Mitch.
you can actually be able to stream the Bogman. I think it's coming up very soon. You'll be able to stream it on Roku TV and a whole bunch of on the Green Apple Productions streams and their website. And
did they reanimate the
no,
they kept the original.
The original.
I was going to say because original. With the original,
yeah, he was trying to. It was like the line of production. He was trying to sell it, right? Not production. There was something with it.
Mitch. I love
the
original.
He sold the original. He sold he produced the movie and then he sold the production to a streaming platform, Green Apple Entertainment, which is going to put it out there. And he won an award at Las
Vegas,
not Las Vegas, California, L.A. Indie Fest, honorable mention for the Bogman, and he won some awards in Louisiana recently at a film fest, and it's always great. You know, y'all can check out that episode. I think it's 187. Call in the Bogman, featuring Mitch Lang. But it's always cool to see our friends do such great stuff. Like, we do great stuff, but it's always cool to see our friends just fucking kill it on another level.
I mean, hey,
right, yeah,
we kill it too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
we kill it. You know, allegedly.
No, we're doing good.
We're doing good stuff.
We're almost up to 100 YouTube subscribers, and our YouTube channel has been revamped, and it's only been alive for like 6 months now. Like
closing in close to a year.
But 100
but it's
subscribers.
A lot of things that's
cool.
taking place in so much time. Like in such a short amount of time, there's been so many changes of growth.
I kind of want to, right, on the subject of change of growth, I want to like dock it down. This is a 4.5 instead of a 5.5.
I knew it was.
As you're getting to the bottom of the can,
dude, the more
the more it gets thinned out, it just it's pretty brutal. That's why I'm taking my time with it.
Goodness gracious! Now I want to get it. I want to get it over with and fucking move on.
Stream, bro.
Yeah. No shout out. No shout out for
after hours.
We already gave all their information out.
I'll feel a lot better.
Fuck them.
After hours, I'll feel a lot better.
Crook and Marker, dude. Yeah. Oh, makes 2 cocktails. So we're fucking double fisting with one hand right here.
Yeah, it reminds me of the short that I want to say it was an early episode. Like where y'all drank the world's strongest beer.
That's
like
that's one of the. That's
and
one
just
of
like the whole, it's like, well, it said like you're only supposed to drink so much of it. And Jacoby's like, man, well, fuck it, because we live in America. I was like, that's the most American fucking thing I've ever heard.
Well, I think between Joe, Terrence, and I, we did half the bottle.
Yeah,
and then like we finished it off the next consecutive days. Like we got drunk off of it like 3 times.
Yeah, it took a while to finish that bitch. There. That thing.
Could that be something that we could maybe try again, or would you want to go to a lesser tier?
Oh no, we could do it again. It's just who wants to fork out the money, because it was $120 to get it shipped here to America.
Let me work, and I'll worry about my part.
I think.
No, it was not nothing cheap. It was high dollar.
Yeah, you got to put in on it.
I like the concept of buying shitty things and trying them. I think that's a good market for us. It's like, dude, I found this. And I'm like, oh god, like that. I like that appeal. You know, let's just get something wretched and try it on the episode.
Right. But
This is bad.
you guys want to move in a little bit forward into some lost history?
Yeah, we got some history.
Yeah,
and we got some stuff. 2 things about Louisiana, and then artist of the week.
Yeah, I think it's Artist of the Week and Words of Wisdom. So to kind of speed things up, I'll start off with the first capital of Texas was in Louisiana. Shreveport, Louisiana, the first capital of Texas, wasn't in Texas at all. It was in northwest Louisiana. Spain claimed Louisiana in 1541, but to understand how and why a Texas state capital wound up in Louisiana, you've got to go back to May of 1541. The whole mess began when a Spanish explorer, Hernando de Soto, and his men encountered the Mississippi River. They called it Rio del Espiritu Santo, the river of the Holy Spirit.
That sounded sexy when
Thank
you said
you.
that.
Yeah, man. I work on a lot of different languages, bro.
Trinity?
Espiritu Santo.
No, the river of the Holy Spirit. Things did not go well for De Soto afterward. Some rumors claim he died along the Mississippi Rio El Espiritu Santo in what is now Arkansas, and other rumors boldly claim that De Soto died along the same river in Ferry Day, Louisiana, the land of Jersey Lee Lewis. Yes, that very day. De Soto Parish, Louisiana, is named after him. By 1729, Spain chose Los Andes as the first capital of the province of Tejas, making the fort of the residence of the governor of Tejas. A home was built inside of the fort, and Los Andes remained at the capital of Tejas for 44 years. Los Andes is now a historic Los Andes is now a historic site in the state of Louisiana, and it is an exciting place.
I've actually been there and seen that.
So the original capital of Texas is called Tejas in Louisiana.
And then the original capital of Louisiana was New Orleans.
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you know why they moved it to Baton Rouge?
Nope. I mean, I probably did, but it's forgotten knowledge. Because as you get older...
Why did they move it to Baton
so
Rouge?
you obviously know.
I know there was the Spanish-American War happened, and then the discourse of, I don't remember all of the details firsthand, forgive me, but...
A lot of it.
After the Spanish-American War, there was a lot that was colonized by the French, and that's when Napoleon had came in, in the 1700s or so, and the purchase had began.
They built
because they found out about the Mississippi River, because they only discover, what they leave out is that De Soto only discovered the mouth of the river, of the Mississippi River. He didn't discover the full river as a whole. It wasn't until so many years after that other explorers had come along. But he
mapped it though. He mapped it, and his evidence of mapping was outdated when someone else, the French explorers, came in and shit.
Yeah.
The mouth being the delta, the Mississippi Delta.
Yeah, the mouth of the river being the delta of the Mississippi River, which was in Louisiana and still is.
Which is bad water. That current.
It's murky.
That current fucking rolls, dude.
If I'm not mistaken, the reason why they moved the state capital from New Orleans to Baton Rouge is because they wanted to give it a more principled, ethological, political platform to stand on, because they couldn't have it in New Orleans because New Orleans was a port city at one time, and it was known for its treachery and evil and
there's
gangs
a lot of
and
things
stuff.
that are
there used to be
connected
gangs in New Orleans, big city gangs.
There still are.
Yeah,
there are mafias, there's voodoo, there's political agendas,
there's vampires, allegedly.
Vampires,
allegedly,
mythical, natural. In some cases, spiritual, all of that exists in New Orleans. And it affects people differently. It's just all in perception, I believe. So,
and if you are in New Orleans on the 17th of November around 4 o'clock, you can check out Third Coast Podcast live in effect at Hell Yes Fest.
Live in effect, y'all.
Yeah, so
Fucking
do your friends some favor. Do a local town podcast some favors and buy some fucking tickets and
You
come
can say
see us.
Not even buy tickets, just support, watch.
You can
tell
say
your
favor,
friends,
you can
talk
say
about
favor, or
us.
just say charity.
Yeah, just a charitable, even if it's the haters out there, just a charitable conversation with your buddy. Like, man, fuck Third Coast Podcast. Them boys gonna be in New Orleans November 17th. Oh, word, they gonna be where, when?
Yeah,
It's
but guess what? Them haters ain't doing shit.
But supporting us
They
by
got-
putting us out there. They saying our names.
Hey, what do they say? Any bad publicity is still good publicity.
Any bad publicity is good publicity.
And make sure y'all come out to the annual Krampus cleanup and gumbo cook-off and donate some toys, buy some tickets, see some live music, come eat all the gumbo that you possibly can eat because we'll be out there. Team Rougarou will be out there.
Who's on Team Riveroo? We were talking about this.
It's me and Cleve right now.
Okay.
Yeah, we got the participation trophy.
Okay, all
somewhere around
right.
the
So
pitch.
I don't have
but-
any doubt. Like Joe, we said this like numerous fucking times. Joe is one of the better cooks of our circle of friends, in which a lot of our family of friends.
We all know how to fucking cook.
We all cook.
Yeah, we all cook.
We all throw the fuck down, and so
Right.
there's no knock that we didn't win last year. So maybe this year do something, experiment another way. You know what I'm saying? Like
Correct.
whatever you did last year, maybe do something a little, do something you're like, all right, let's do something else this time. Let's.
We and Joe had talked about it. It's like, in a sense, we know what we kind of done wrong, but at the same time, what we did wasn't necessarily wrong.
Like, did you make it spicy?
Like, no.
Make it
look-
spicy this year.
Look,
Fuck it. You know what I'm saying?
Joe made a damn good gumbo, hands
I know,
down.
I
Like,
know
we
he
got
does, yeah.
the coins that we got from the ratings were from genuine people who had voted, but that wasn't what they were looking for. It's like they were looking for something else. Like they were looking for something, I guess, standardized, modernized. Like people don't like the old fashioned way anymore.
Did you put eggs in yours or no?
Yeah.
He did. So
Maybe don't put eggs in it this year.
but more so, like everyone else used like full chunk chicken breast.
Yeah, I did the.
You used it shredded
and
yeah,
we did
I
shredded.
boiled-
because you used
Yeah, I
your
boiled-
Like
chicken stock.
We boiled our stock. Like, well, he boiled the stock. He cooked everything down to the.
I cook the gumbo the way that you feed the masses. You get every part of the chicken.
Yeah,
you get
yeah.
because you can do the big chunky chicken breast and stuff like that, and you can get it that perfect way. But that's not feeding the masses. You know, I'm an army cook, dude. I feed the masses. It's so wild that like people like establish their accomplishments on high pedestals, but at one point in time, I was feeding like fucking 17, 27, 3,000, 5,000 fucking dudes for lunch, for breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Dudes
at
and
one
women's.
point. Yeah.
And women's.
Yeah. Oh, no, I was in an infantry unit when I went to NTC, so it was basically all dudes.
Oh.
I was attached to infantry unit, light, it was light, heavy, some bullshit, but it was just a whole bunch of gun-ho dudes a lot of the times. But we did have a lot of ladies as cooks, but they were delegated to FOBs, you know what I'm saying? Because you ain't gonna send, a lady, just one lady cook out with 150 men to feed
Right.
them. They're gonna send the dude out there.
You're going to get a barrack bunny in there.
Yeah, exactly.
There you go.
But that's the safety for the lady too.
Right,
You know what
true.
I'm saying? Would you want to be a lady around 150 men
Hell no.
for 6 months by yourself?
Some women would say yes.
Yes,
Most
true.
women would
But,
say
enough.
no.
yeah, but you know what I'm saying. That
Yeah.
I mean, obviously,
If it was vice versa, would you be the only dude with like 1,000 women? Like, yeah, that would be dope.
oh, that's
that sounds awesome.
But that's
Uh,
a different dynamic.
I know, but
that's that double standard.
yeah,
But
yeah. But
it
getting
is
back
what
to
it is.
gumbo, maybe this year do like chicken thighs and like maybe cook, like saute the meat with season and then add it. Just,
hey, we're looking for sponsors. You gonna sponsor some of this year?
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. All right. And you put me on the spot. Yeah, I can sponsor it. So, but yeah, there's no doubt in my mind that Joe isn't deserving of a win. I just think, like, maybe whatever you did last year, just try something different, but still, because you can cook gumbo a bunch of different fucking ways. So maybe just try something, like I say, like saute the sausage instead of boiling the sausage in the roux. Maybe saute the sausage and the chicken, and then as you're doing your roux with the vegetables and you add in your stock, maybe then add in your sausage and chicken that you already cooked and it's already like seasoned. So maybe there's different ways to go about it and stuff like that. Maybe put a bay leaf or extra bay leaf or no bay leaves. You know what I'm saying?
No,
like, yeah.
bay leaves has got to go in the boiling process.
Yeah.
Boiling of the chicken. Oh no!
Or like you said, you did eggs last year. Don't do eggs this year.
Well,
so.
that's the whole crazy thing that I thoroughly enjoy about the gumbo cook-off is because you're doing a gumbo cook-off in Louisiana, and that's a signature dish. So if I'm presenting you a gumbo and I'm from Louisiana, that means I'm putting my heart and soul into that gumbo. You know what I'm saying? Because that's a dish. That's a Louisiana dish.
Well, we didn't win, so we gotta change it up.
Yeah, but I'm just saying in general, like there was no bad. I mean, there was one bad gumbo, but I ain't gonna put no highlight to that in my personal opinion. But there is no bad gumbo. If someone presents you a gumbo in Louisiana, it's gonna taste halfway decent.
Yeah. Well, I'm not gonna say any fucking names, but I have a dear friend of mine who swears up and down that their gumbo is the best. And I don't give a fuck who you are. A gumbo should not be thick. That fucking roux base should be soup consistency almost. You Give me a fucking thick gumbo. No, that's not gumbo.
That's a
not gumbo.
sauce. That ain't a gumbo.
Yeah, gumbo's not gravy. A gumbo is a fucking soup.
Gumbo is meant to feed the masses.
Yeah.
It ain't supposed to be thick. It ain't supposed to be chunky. It ain't supposed to have a whole bunch of meat. It's supposed to have good flavor, a lot of sauce. Yes.
Yeah.
There you go, Cleve.
You're back.
Thank you.
Every time I move this, my mic drifts to the right. Like
mine's kind of like cockeyed right now.
Like I wanted to add in on the gumbo. It's like it's like I heard some things. Like,
damn, Cleve came back and sounds good.
My God.
That's that natural tone.
I feel like gumbo. Like you guys are right. Like gumbo should have like a soup consistency. It shouldn't be too thick.
It should be thin, like and full of flavor.
I feel like the flavor is connected to the thickness of the soup. Like there isn't a thickness to the soup. Like whenever you eat it, it's a lighter balance of like a gravy. Like whenever you put like gumbo over rice.
Yeah,
because that's mostly how it's served.
See, like, I like my gumbo no rice or little rice.
So if you have no rice or like little rice,
yeah,
it should be soup based. Like
yeah.
The only thing that should be on the top of the gumbo is like the light film that comes from the meat, which is, the natural oils, the natural greases, but everything underneath it is a brown consistency that flows evenly. And to me, that's what gumbo is. Rather, if it's a chicken and sausage gumbo, if it's seafood gumbo, it kind of gets me into the idea of what type of gumbo are we going to do this year? Are we going to do seafood this year? Because I have some good seafood recipes, and I also have good chicken and
category
taco
too, isn't it?
Yeah, they do.
They do separate. Like they do
chicken and sausage and
right.
Other. They did do seafood, but it branched into other. I actually, my thought this year. I kind of want to. I know it sounds. Let me backtrack before I say what I'm about to say. Okay, so when we're doing the gumbo cook-off, there's 2 stages that you have to present. You have to present a stage for everybody to eat, and then you have to present a bowl for the judges. I think duck. Let's see what duck does. I want to do a duck gumbo. if that's an idea.
What that would fall under.
Yeah,
It'd
but
be,
I thought they were playing off of like traditionalism last year.
No, they have two different categories. Big shout out to Alex Kuzan. Kuzan. He did a turkey gumbo. And
That sounds awesome. Yeah.
won the
sounds
Gumby
good.
Award, like the most popular gumbo.
Right.
Wu-Tang won the best gumbo, but he won the most popular, and he did a turkey gumbo, and he did the traditional boil down the turkey and did
Used
the turkey
all the
stock,
parts.
and he said he emptied his whole pot. So let's see.
We cleared our pot as well.
It's all ideas though up in the air right now.
Yeah.
It's crazy though. From we went from no events to just the Void to now just like New Orleans, Krampus, Void, New Orleans. You know what
We're
I'm
in the
saying?
pot. We're mixing shit up. So
Is it? And
There's
it's-
participation all involved in efforts.
So we're kind of focused on like what we're going to present for New Orleans for Hell Yes Fest, but Krampus is on the background, and we're going to be there, and we got toys already in the house ready to go for donation. We got some cool stuff headed for that, and then hopefully we can squeeze in some interviews with some of the artists that are coming down.
Hell yeah.
And some of the artists that are coming down for the Krampus I ain't never heard or listened to before, so that's very exciting.
that's another thing that I like that they bring to the table is like it's always, we're gonna have our reoccurring, musical friends, and there's gonna be some, which a lot of the people who are on the head of board of the Fête du Void grounds, they're still gonna jam out and party, but they're always trying to bring new artists in and to get more involved because like it's always an evolution, more people, more introduced to just greatly open and expand the family, and that's always like a great thing that I appreciate. You want to talk about some beer?
Yeah, I was
man,
going to
I was
ask you
getting
about
into
that.
it.
I've been
Next,
checking this out, and this didn't I send you this? This is like one thing.
You sent me the link for it, and then I produced that.
Would you like to read it?
Yeah. You want to read this one or me?
No, I'm gonna make sure I read the artist of the week.
All right, so this is gonna be. I had lived in this area for a little bit. Cleveland has a little soft spot back in the day. I'm sure it's all changed now. Big shout out Mitch because this is where I met him. Big shout out Monroe. So this brewery we're gonna be talking about is Flying Tiger. This is the first Louisiana 4-pack that are compostable and also edible. Right, they are tangible around like bird beaks, choking seals, warp shells from turtles. So this plastic 6-pack rings have been found to be doing well in all sorts and awful things. So they tossed around the idea of edible trash, which is kind of crazy. So this brewery, which is Flying Tiger, has created a solution that the rings are biodegradable, compostable, and even edible. Flying Tiger out of Monroe is the first Louisiana beer maker, brewer, to use these rings, which have been embraced mostly by craft brewers and a few big companies, including Corona, Guinness, and have used on limited runs. They don't harm animals, and they don't put any waste in and on the street, said James Simpson, Flying Tiger's co-founder and head of operations. They are to disappear into nothing. The rings are made of a wheat and barley and the same stuff that's in beer. You can eat them, but Simpson doesn't advise it. I actually had a nibble. He said they taste a lot like cardboard. And so it's not something you'll see from like served on a plate or on the side of garlic potatoes at any time. Flying Tiger uses these rings on 4-packs of its Dewdrop wheat ale, inspired by redesignation of Queen Bess Island as a state wildlife refuge in 2019. The brewery decided to donate 5% of Dewdrop sales to the Louisiana Wildlife and Fisheries Foundation, and they the can features images of a blue-winged teal and a small duck species. Well, that's teal. That's our Louisiana listeners know what fucking teal is, but it's
I don't know what a teal is.
a teal. A lot of people say a teal is the best eating of any wild
fish.
wild game bird.
Okay.
As like duck species, but they're fucking super small and they're fucking fast, and they're one of the most beautiful fucking ducks you will ever see. And so like this small is suffered a population declines in Louisiana in recent years, and is focused on the foundation's conservation efforts. So big shout out to Flying Tiger for implementing this system.
I would be drinking your beer, but I'm broke, so
They
appreciate what you're doing though for the wildlife out there.
Yeah, Flying Tiger has made its way to some stores around DeRidder. I seen some in the walk-in cooler yesterday, and I have tried it in the past, and it's good damn beer.
Is Flying Tiger that makes the Ranger IPA? Or am I mistaken? I might be mistaken, though. I might digress on that.
I actually had drinking a Ranger yesterday. I don't think that's Flying Tiger.
There's so many different craft breweries around Louisiana, along with great spots you can visit and vacation to, too, by the way. Make sure to come check out our wonderful state at Louisiana.
Yeah, Flying Tiger's has got great beer compared to the last brewery. I'm not going to say the name of the brewery in Lafayette. It's not Parish Line, and it's not Bayou Teche, but a brewery I tried recently in Lafayette. It was ass. Like great food, great atmosphere, great brewery as like an atmosphere. But y'all need to step your game up with y'all's fucking beer.
For this,
no shade.
This
no shade to
this unnamed brewery
in
Lafayette, by the way.
But it is in Lafayette, and they also have great breweries that are inquiring on, bettering their recipes and inquiring what they do have present to the public, and that is appealing.
Yeah.
Please show your support to these communities because they need it.
Like I'll go back there in maybe a year or two's time, but I'm not going back there. Like, I'm not trying to go back.
Like you're not going back there right now.
Fuck no. That
right
shit.
now.
That shit was ass. That was bad beer. That was not delicious beer. Other breweries I've came to and went to and enjoyed, great beer across the board. This shit was fucking bad. So
what?
I'll tell y'all after the show.
Well,
cool deal.
Speaking of that, what's y'all's favorite?
It's not
craft brew dispensary or liquor dispensary that's homegrown in Louisiana.
I'll go first, and big shout out to Jacob at Huckleberry Brewery in Alexandria, Louisiana. That is not just because I'm from Sinlaw, but he is the brewmaster in my opinion. It's delicious. Maybe second rate. My second pick, maybe Second Line out of New Orleans. They have a great brewery. Yeah, that's and Nola Brewery.
Yeah, Nola has good breweries.
Yeah, Nola Brewery has great stuff. As for distillery, I don't give a shit about TJ Mellick. Shout out Louisiana whiskey. That's a rice whiskey. I don't give a fuck about that fucking whiskey, and it tastes like ass.
We were talking about positive notes.
I'm sorry. That shit.
What? You had to bring up a negative note just to talk shit a little bit.
A little bit, yeah. That shit's fucking garbage, dude. That's fucking. You can't even put 2 sodas in fucking a shot and make it fucking taste delicious. I'm sorry.
My shout out to my favorite distillery is Bayou Rum because
out of Lacasine.
They make the best Satsuma rum out there, and I'm not a heavy drinker by a long shot no more. I like my malt beverage. Of the hops, I'm a green and water fan. But if I do, get a little festive in the situation, that Satsuma rum is the shit.
That is pretty good.
That is the shit. That Satsuma rum is the That's the bee's knees. Is that
Yeah,
people still say that the bee's knees?
Yeah, I say bee's knees and hot dog all the time. Hot dog.
I don't think many people say it, but maybe people our age will say it. But
You say hot dog?
Dude, I say hot dog all the fucking time.
I guess I could say I'm a fan of Abita. Because it was
yeah.
one of the
Abita's-
first.
Abita's good, yeah.
Yeah, that was one of the first I tried. Like the first I tried was like a purple haze.
The purple
Yeah.
haze is
Yeah.
my favorite to beat up.
And
Fuck yeah.
it's my favorite as well. Ironically speaking, but for the most part, whenever you brought up New Orleans, I was like thinking like, well, damn, it's like Abita is from New Orleans, so just craft beer. They make some pretty good beers, and not just the purple haze ones, but there's like many other
That
flavors.
Indicator.
That the strawberry one.
The strawberry one is
Yeah.
good, and they have another one. I can't think of
The Turbo Dog, the dark lager. They
Yeah.
It's
make.
not the lager one.
They may make Mecca Hopzilla too, which is probably by far the worst IPA and the strongest IPA I've ever had out of New Orleans.
But I know the purple haze, it's like it's got a smoothness, it's got a mellowness to
Yeah.
it. Even after like you drink it, it's like you don't feel like groggy or like you don't feel like you over consume whenever I drink it. Like I don't feel like I've overindulged.
I want to do we've Joe and I don't know if Cleveland was on the show just yet, but we've done the mentions of the distilleries and the breweries of Louisiana. And there's a couple of honorable mentions. Of course, Bayou Teche. Their brewery is fantastic. The food is great. I want to shout out back in the Taos days, right there out of Marksville. There's a restaurant, and the owner brews his own beer called Broken Wheel. And
Yeah, I remember
that was
that.
some of the best fucking
Yeah, I
beer.
remember that. Yeah, that was some good beer.
That was fantastic.
James had some at a practice one day, and
Yeah,
I think he had like 3 bottles
in the growler.
Yeah,
in the big
yeah, it's
Yeah,
like he
yeah.
had gave me a bottle, and I tried it, and I was like, whoa, like I was like, what? I was like, where this from? And then
whatever brewery does the Commotion ales out of Shreveport is a good stuff too. And there's a lot of like whiskey distilleries out of New Orleans as well. So
10-minute warning, guys.
10-minute warning. All right,
Yeah.
well, big shout out to Louisiana Beers, Parish Brewery, Canebrake. All what's the one out of Lake Charles? That's the fuck. I can't fucking think about it.
I don't want to lie.
Damn. There's one out of Lake Charles. Shout out Lake Charles. So Lake Charles is a great city and got a bunch of good things going on. You want to go ahead and close it out?
Yeah, let's hit some words of wisdom and now close it out with the artist of the week.
Who wants to start?
Mm.
I guess the one that proposed. I'll start.
Okay.
Well, words of wisdom.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, it's like, since I proposed, I'll start. Words of wisdom for me, know yourself. No matter what challenges you may face, no matter what battles you may have to encounter, anything that is possible to overcome, believe in yourself. Know yourself well enough to know that you have limitations, boundaries, and that you can overcome all of these things if you believe in yourself. You may not do it alone. You may need a friend. You may need a family member, a loved one, whoever is close to you. Redeem yourself in knowing yourself. And that's my words of wisdom.
Mine's kind of plays off of Cleveland's invest in yourself.
Okay.
Kind of like Cleveland said, like believe in yourself to do, but like put your best foot forward to do better for you in a situation, and also what you do now accounts for the future. Don't like everything we do as adults now should be playing on the next 3 to 5 to 10 to 15 to 20 years. So invest in yourself and focus on that, because life is fairly short and very, very unforgiving. So the more you invest now in, say, your career or yourself or your savings, it's going to be more beneficial to you once you get a little older, to where you're not able to do the things you do now, but at least you plan for it.
No, it's my turn now.
Yeah, that's right,
Yeah,
Beard
Gator.
Face. Yeah, go ahead, Gator.
I guess my words of wisdom is enjoy the little things, the small victories. There's a lot of things out there you can look and see multi-million-dollar mansions, you can see sky rises, you can see yachts, but take the small victories. Is like, hey, my light bill's paid. Hey,
You damn right.
hey, my water bill's paid. Hey, I actually I don't have an eviction notice on my front door.
Fuck yeah, fuck
True.
You know it, and
True.
I sit and I see so much turmoil in the world today, and I sit back and I'm just so thankful for just the little things like, hey, we had spaghetti tonight. Hey, shit, at least we had something to eat, you know? And I focus a lot more on the little things now. And it might just be me getting old and just getting set in my ways. This might be the only thing I get, but fuck that. I'm just happy that I had a decent day.
Right.
And a lot of
Right.
people don't get a decent day. And a lot of days, if that's all I get, fuck it, that's all I get. So I just take the little moments.
Fuck yeah, dude.
I respect that, bro.
Said very well, man.
Right.
Said like a true father.
I mean, as a father, that might be the only thing you get. So
Salute to the fathers out there.
the words you give yourself.
Right.
And I'm glad I joined the father party. So you know,
No pull out game.
Are you?
Yeah, to all the dads out there.
You
man.
say
Y'all
that
know
right
what it
now?
is.
yeah, I say that now. But go ahead, and talk about this artist of the week, man. It's good shit.
So the artist of the week is Peter Sun with the song first with the song 1st of July. Peter Sun is a folk singer songwriter. Grew up in a small valley town in Pennsylvania. Have any of y'all been in Pennsylvania before?
Yeah, I went to Philadelphia Airport and it's garbage.
Never been there. Never been to the East Coast. On the bucket list, though. Manifesting.
And Peter
Shout
Sun
out
currently
Pennsylvania.
resides in Coastal City, Virginia Beach. I did my AIT in Virginia.
Hell yeah.
There was no beach there. Drawing inspiration from the splendor of nature, Peter crafts captivating compositions that invoke a sense of nostalgia with a new and complementary feel. He writes, records, and produces all of his music on his own, infusing heartfelt lyrics and timeless melodies that mirror his love for the outdoors. Brian Wilson, John Denver, Peter Paul, Mary, Simon and Garfunkel, and Leonard Cohen have all served as the biggest sources of music inspiration. With that being said, like that's some heavy hitters out
Yeah,
there.
that's like some of the Godfathers right there.
Their performances help him embrace his own musical journey and create a unique sound that is unmistakable. And make sure y'all listen to this great song, 1st of July by Peter Sun. Yeah, shit, yeah, and
Shit, yeah.
thanks to all the artists. It might be a small milestone for a lot of people out there, but for us at Third Coast Podcast, we have accumulated this is like 103, 104 different artists that have came to our show to put their music out there. And if that's not a milestone, I don't know what a milestone is, because that is great. Like, people support us. It's like, hey man,
It's dedication.
Yeah, also
It's
being
dedication to
known
the
that we
craft.
don't pay. We don't pay fucking
We ain't
nobody.
paying nobody
No.
right
Yeah.
now. This is
We-
something
we've-
that's volunteered
I've had to
by
turn
the behalf
away-
of the people like you watching us to take a little bit of your time out. Not to cut you off. I'm
No,
sorry.
you're good. You're good, dude.
But, you know, just to take a little bit of your time out just to listen to us. If you even made it this far into the episode, hey, salutes to you. Respects to you. May you be blessed. Shared and favored by Third Coast Podcast community and all that we embellish in. Like, we hope to see y'all every step of the way. Every step of the way as we're taking it. Because it's no turning back from something that has been brought in, created. You just can't abandon it. Like, no shade to anybody, not to take out of context anything that I'm saying, but the work that, respectively, Gator put in,
everybody puts in,
puts in on a whole spectrum, in anything that you may do out there, you know, it goes in a whole spectrum that just keep doing what you're doing, and it'll turn out. It's all in investing, being mindful of the smaller things, and these words of wisdom that we gather here for you.
Yeah.
On this beloved episode of what?
Hey, we got a minute left, so everybody say their goodbyes. For
I want to shout out. I want to shout out to those artists that we've reached out to. They didn't really necessarily reach out to us, and then we've had to very nicely deny because we're not in a position to pay top dollar for their music. Not saying that they don't deserve it, but there's also a respect issue as an artist helping an artist. You know, not everything's about money.
Right.
Everything's about like the equivalent of spreading the word of knowledge by artistic value. So go fuck yourself, you pieces of shit. Like, what do you think we are? Fucking made of money? God damn it! Like, we're trying to. Once we get there, we could fucking compensate you, you piece of shit. But you know, right now is not the fucking time
for Third Coast Podcast.
Yeah, call your mom, tell you love her, and tell her I ain't forgot about her.
With the man's Gator.
What it do, Gators?
And I'm Kobi. You relentless pieces of shit.
And we out.
I know that she loves me. I know, but she loves the mountains more. Sun on her shoulders, 1st of July. I know that she loves me, yeah. I know, but she loves the wildflowers in her hair, a crown of dandelions. You can't tell her one thing to do. She pushes your limits, she makes her own rules. She'll lift you up just to let you down, but she's honest, she's kind, she's like no one around. I'll sing her my songs and I'll stay through the night, with her in my arms, with her at my side. So tell me what is so wrong, and I'll make it right. I know that she's happy. I know, 'cause she's humming while she eats at the counter. 12 o'clock noon. I know that she's happy, yeah. I know, 'cause she's reading me her stories that she writes, but not the ones she hides. Oh, you can't tell her one thing to do. She pushes your limits, she makes her own rules. She'll lift you up just to let you down, but she's honest, she's kind, she's like no one around. I'll sing her my songs, I'll stay through the night. Dear honey bear, love bug, sweetheart of mine. So tell me what's wrong, I'll make it right. I know that I love her. I know, 'cause there's nothing else I want. Without her, days go by. I know that I love her. I know, 'cause I'm waiting for her call in the morning, 1st of July.